All right. Well, it's not really a welcome back, it's a welcome to 1Game1Life. I am Typo, and this is going to have to be part 1 of our Crusader Kings 3 Let's Play, as the first video was corrupted. I'm still figuring out all the recording software, how to get it to work just right, but I think it should work this time. However, I am, just like always, playing on an Iron Man difficulty, where we have one game, one life. Except for in Crusader Kings 3, characters dying is just a normal part of the game, and so instead we're going to be doing the dynasty. If we hit a game over screen, the game is over, that's it. Which is what Iron Man forces us to do. And I did create our own ruler, Jarl Rurik the Bloodfather of the Orn dynasty. Jarl Rurik was a newborn child when his parents were killed by his uncle in a power struggle for chieftain of Austr Agdir. And in that power struggle, his parents were killed and he lost his eye. And since then, he has been the he has been the official chieftain of Austr Agdir, but he has had a council to make his decisions for him as a sort of five-man acting chieftain, as he is too young to make his own decisions. Now that he's 3 years old, we're 3 years into the game, he is starting to come to his own, and he is a very rowdy individual, always on the move, full of energy and mischief and all that. But he is a genius and hale and comely individual, and he's aspiring blade master and a holy warrior because he is a very faithful to the gods type person. Rurik is very faithful to Odin, actually, is the deity that he claimed his allegiance to. He's a devotee of Odin, which allows him to gain piety for his dread, which he is going to be harvesting quite often, as most Asatru rulers do. He is also a fan of Uller, and we might see him use Uller on occasion, as well as Thor, though Freyr is probably not going to be his type of god, his type of deity. We have not held a grand bloat, which is like a grand sacrifice, which we can do once every 9 years, because it costs a lot of prestige, and we're going to need prestige down the road. We'll do this later when we're more set up. And we have become a Jarl. Jarl Rurik the Bloodfather, as we have taken over some land here alongside Austr Agdir. We had also conquered Pelamork, but we had to give it up when Jarl Haraldr Fairhair, a historical figure that is true to the real world that is in this game, his martial prowess and his army was too strong and took over Pelamork. We surrendered it to him. But when we surrendered it to him, our 3-year-old Rurik decided, you know what? Just like most kids, when they lose to someone, they want to learn how to not lose next time. And so Jarl actually made Jarl Haraldr Fairhair his guardian. And Fairhair is teaching our boy Rurik all that he knows. And so they have a bit of a bond, despite Fairhair taking Pelamork from him. And the very last thing we did, before you are now joining me, is that Jarl Rurik became a Jarl, as he got this duchy here. And now that he is at this point, he is still won over his holding territory, and so that's going to be a bit of a growing pain for him. Now, he wants to get, not he, want to get 10 counties together, because I'm hoping to do all the new Norse things that came with the Norse Flavor Pack, which is one of the reasons I decided to play this. The other reason is that I'm currently with my family right now, and this game is something I can play a little more laid back, if you understand. I don't have to be quite as animated playing Crusader Kings 3. It's a very long and relaxing game most of the time. And I'm looking forward to going through it kind of like a story, and we can just enjoy it together. Feel free to join me on this journey, or skip to the good parts if that's the kind of viewer you want to be. Absolutely your call to make. So, Sogn is pretty strong. Vestfold actually lost one of their counties to Västergötland. So my guardian is actually in a spot of trouble at the moment. We won't pick on him though, as he is our guardian. At least not for now. Sogan, however, is looking very strong at 695. They even have an ally for another 488, so they'd be worth over 1,000 men if we tried to take them on. So we'll likely stick with Mary for our next conquest. And once we get to 10 counties, Jarl Rurik will be able to go on a grand adventure of his own and really make his mark on the land. And that's what he seeks to do as Odin's follower. So, let us wait 2 more months. 1 more month. There's an achievement, moving up in the world. Like I said, we literally just became a Jarl before you joined me here for this journey. And we're going to wait 1 more month for our Huskarls to come back as a man-at-arm regiment we have. In fact, we might even start another. Let's take a look at our culture, actually. Our culture, we have barracks, mustering grounds, quilted armor, currency, gavelkind, and plenary assemblies. Very interesting. We also, of course, have Viking tactics, which gives us a bunch of men-at-arms we can get. Herds, which give us Huskarls. Long ships, which make embarkation a lot cheaper. And we can raid overseas and all those other good things. Varangian adventurers, this is something that I cannot wait to do once we have enough counties to really make it happen. And then all things. We can break the cooldowns of the authority. We can break the authority cooldowns at a heavy prestige cost. Which sounds nice, but again, that's a heavy cost, and we're not exactly rolling in the prestige right now. But I think it is time that we do create another men-at-arms regiment. Bondi are not really something I'm interested in creating. They're a little weaker, to be honest. Instead, we can focus on Varangian veterans and Huskarls. And we already have a Huskarl regiment. So I say we can do Varangian veterans. And maybe we'll also do some Vigmen as well, because they're good against skirmishers, and we don't really have anyone in the moment at the moment that is good against those. We unfortunately don't have access to onagers at the moment. We don't have that technology with our culture. That'll be nice when we finally do get it. And unfortunately, Jarl Bjorn Ironside of Upland is not smart. So we are definitely struggling to get more cultures taken care of. Yeah, this is going to take 84 years with the current ruler. Yikes. Alright, so let's do Varangian veterans. And create a men-at-arms of Vigmen, perhaps. No, we'll pass on that for now. This will be enough. And so we'll let this grow for a second. There we go. Huskarls are basically ready to go. So the Mary are a group we can now challenge. For 50 piety, we're able to declare war. And let's make it happen. Now, as you can see, our council is not great. It's very average, if even average. But we do have very powerful champions. Porstein, 21. Ferolfer, 17. Otar, 15. Orphaner, 14. Stein, 13. And Hastine is probably our biggest exception at only 9. But all of our other champions, especially Porstein, very commanding. And so we will be going with that. And now we attack the Mary. With 660 men strong. I should also be giving away some land. Because right now we are not suffering penalties yet, but we will in August of next year. So after this war, I should start giving away land so that we can not have those penalties. And here come our men going in for it. 114 heavy infantry, 6 champions, 540 levies. Our levies alone outnumber them. But they do have 200 archers. Luckily for us, both of our men-at-arms are... No, our Huskarls counter archers, not the others. Very well. So we should probably win this. Even though they're defending in hills and they have defensive buildings on their side, we have numbers, higher quality men, countering men-at-arms. This should be a good battle for us, if a little costly. They do have a better commander as well. Our best commander only has 11 martial, which is... Oh no. Hasting. There we go. 13 martial and a winter soldier. Very good. So they do have more advantage, as we said. But through power and numbers, Hasting was wounded by Aelifer. Not good. Champion Otar of Lagolin ripped the head off of Toasty and became a berserker. Nice. We lost 94, they lost 119. And now our siege begins on Mary's capital. We have to remember that August of this year we need to give some land away. And Rurik is now 4 years old. He's coming along. He's already average at intrigue. And average at martial. Not quite average at martial, but average at intrigue at the age of 4. So that's going really well for him. Of course, our custom ruler was only able to have so much stuff because it had to be balanced for achievements. You get 400 points to spend, and we spent 240 of it on Genius, so there wasn't much left over for him. But he did also get the Strong Blood decision, where his dynasty all has Strong Blood. There you go. Because of his Genius trait and his Comely and Hail traits. Ooh, I actually... Respect through the gods. That is a perfect quote for House Orn. I didn't even pick that, but that absolutely makes sense. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and capture Mary here. And then after we've done that, we'll probably hand off Mary and Austr Agdir to some vassals. So we're not over our domain limit, as he is still 3 away from being able to handle a 4th domain, 3 stewardship that is. Looks like these guys went around the long way to try to ambush us. Oh, looks like they're coming back because they're aware that they are definitely losing their city. Let's see what they bring to the table. They were recently disembarked, which gets rid of a ton of their advantage. Minus 30 when you're recently disembarked. So, probably not good. There it is. We captured Erica, the steward. Okay. We lost 50 men. They lost their whole army. Wow. And like we do with most prisoners that can't be ransomed, we execute for dread and piety. Rurik is a mighty and faithful man down the road. We're planning on making him. So here's our 4 executions so far. And we fully intend on reforming the Austr religion, the Viking religion, if possible. It would be pretty grand if we were able to pull that off. In Hastings' attempt at improving my reputation, my incompetent chancellor has agreed to a treaty that cancels out parts of my old treaty with Jarl Haraldr of Viking. The way the Jarl sees it, he's free to declare war on me as he might wish. Why would you ever agree to this, Hastings? Dang it! He completely goofed. Well, so because Fairhair had taken this from us recently, he wasn't able to declare war on us for 5 more years. That's how long truces last after a war. However, now he can if he wants to. He is my guardian. Hopefully that means he won't because, you know, he likes me, more or less, and he's raising me, more or less. So let's hope he doesn't make a move on us. Oh, August passed. We're now suffering penalties. There we go. We got the chieftain. That's a heavy ransom right there. 50 gold for this. Absolutely. Gold is in short supply at the moment, so being able to get more of it is very important. Now let's grant this to one of our men. Who should we grant the land to? Let's give it to Hastings, even though he just messed up. No, he did just mess up. We should punish that for sure. Porfiner, you can be the new chief of 1Austr Agdir. And now we have a vassal and no penalty. We're also going to want to make Bjorgen our capital. Maybe. Chieftain Magnus paid 50 to you. Very good. And then for his son, he'll pay 10 more. Let's disband our armies so we can begin building that back up. And we are almost distinguished here, which means we're almost distinguished enough to be able to go out on an adventure, but I do want to get our counties in order first. We have even more ransoming. Only 3 gold, huh? Alright, he can have him back. I mean, we might as well get our 3 gold, sure. Could gain 20 dread and 50 piety for killing their leader. Oh, man. Rip. And now, I enforce demands on his son. To the vile Jarl Rurik, may your years be short and miserable. You're a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. You're able to start a Varangian adventure. Open this to learn more about this special kind of war. You're able to declare a Varangian adventure. For the duration of the tribal era, this type of war is available to allow you to start a new life in a distant land, far from the cold shores of your homeland. Successful Varangian adventures will not only relocate your realm to a foreign location, it will also leave all your existing lands independent, including your vassals. Your first Varangian adventure undertaken as a North Germanic ruler will also call on additional troops from owned same faith, same culture counties in mainland Scandinavia to help you conquer your new home. I understand. Yes, I'm looking forward to that greatly. Now let's also give this domain away to... Let's see here. Ooh, we have a lot more men, it looks like, to choose from. No? Must just be the people that are there. Very well. Herolfer, I do want to be... yeah, that's definitely not bad at all. I want this guy to be a part of our nation, if possible. So let's recruit him to the as a vassal of the chieftain of Mary. And he's glad because he gets to be a chief now. We're down a champion, huh? Man, we are looking really good, though, on the champions we do have. Okay. So those levies are still rebuilding. Glory is widely known. We are now distinguished individual. But we do not have the military to be able to go further with our plans here. They are defending against Lofoter and losing. Interesting. I wish I could see what kind of battle is happening over there. Build up those resources. They've lost a battle already to Lofoter. If Lofoter grabs that land, that's going to be inconvenient for us, to be honest. But we do have to wait a little more time for our resources to replenish. For our levies and all that. Now, declaring war on a duchy does cost 250 piety. And that would be one duchy. So perhaps if we let Lofoter win that, we can take them in one fell swoop down the road. Still not ideal, but it's something we can do. Very interesting what our next move is going to have to be here. We simply need more men. We don't have enough for what we need to do. And now they've definitely lost. Lofoter's going to take over. How many men do they have? 700? Yep. There's no real way for us to contest that. So, it is what it is. Would we adventure with just 5? No, I don't think so. We will wait to make sure the adventure is as good as it can be. Alright, we are almost up to the point where I feel confident for us to be able to make our mark on Sogan here. But we're going to start with making our mark on Prondheimer, because that way we can deal with the easier army first. Very well. And that way they might come to us. We do have a lot of allies. Era's captured. Definitely a lot going on down there, without a doubt. Can we declare war on him? I do want his county. Oh no. That's a duchy only. Alright, Prondheimer it is. We're going to take on these two guys. This is going to be definitely our biggest war yet, because these guys are going to bring a lot to the table. They have a superior military to us. Definitely something to fear. But we're going to give it our absolute best. Make sure we're absolutely ready for this, because this is going to be tough. Whew, here we go. 800 men. Prondheimer, Conquer County. They have 200 men-at-arms just like us. A good marshal. The peasants of Austr Agdir are a superstitious bunch, regularly coming to me with claims of sorcerers, giants, and gods in disguise. Usually I ignore such claims as commoner theatrics. This time they bring evidence. A blood-stained sheep's carcass, clearly torn apart but not eaten, nor even chewed on, crudely shredded by no claws I've ever seen. The locals insist this is nothing less than the work of a troll, and demand I scour nearby woods to dispatch the creature. That's a terrible challenge. I can't fight it. Sounds like a bear. Deal with it yourself, Cravens. Austr Agdir is about to suffer a huge opinion hit, but I can't do either of these. They're both terrible options, so 75 prestige, at least this one. Damn, that sucks. That really sucks. Alright, Sagan's getting involved. Here comes our battle here. Let's see it. Peralfer ripped the head off a Kettlebunder and became a berserker. Attaboy. Otar wounded an enemy soldier. Oh my. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We lost 40 to 153. We slaughtered that fight. That was incredible. I did not think that was going to go that well. Wow. Would you look at that? Alright, looks like they're going to attack my tribe of Bjorgen. Fair enough, I guess. That's not going to stop us from winning this war, because this one location is all we need. They are going to try to stall us, but they recognize that's suicide. Alright, and Lofoter is now the size of that duchy, so I can try to take all 3 of their counties at once if we can beat them in a war. Very good. So once we take Sogan, Prondheimer, and Lofoter here, we will have the counties we need to go on our adventure. That's exciting. Rurik is now 5 years of age and coming along. His marshal's now 10. That's nice. Definitely getting there. Rurik coming of age will also be a huge milestone for us. That'll be really great. I'm not sure where they went. They didn't even go for our capital. Very curious. No idea where they went, really. Ooh, Pretender Rebels. Ooh, they're having problems. Looks like Prondheimer is going to fall very easily. They're not even trying to defend it. That works for us. We are okay with that. We're bleeding prestige, but it is what it is. Roggenwalder's daughter. Oh, we do need 1,000 prestige for this trip, though. Ooh, I just realized that. We need more prestige. So we just captured a bunch of people. 50 gold, yes. We're about to make a bunch of money off of it too. As many people as he can pay for is how many people I'll allow to live. 10. Yep, he lives. Rurik now 6 years old, 11 martial. Keeps going up. Lost some control in Rogalin, that's a shame. Still 10 gold? Then you still get your kids back. Oh yes, of course. We better get Parolfer in here. Very good. Now we actually have a good marshal. Very nice. Very good. Alright, does he have enough money for one more child? He does! So we will ransom off this last child and then call it a war. Very good. To the cold-hearted Jarl Rurik, may your humors rot in your living body. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. There you have it. One more location. Now, Sagan, I believe you're next. Just this one county? Or we can do the Duchy of Lofoter. But we are less than illustrious. We don't have the fame to be able to challenge a duchy. I see, I see. That would most certainly hold us back. Then I believe we'll be challenging them instead. As we continue our march across the Nordlands. 3 months to gather. That is way too long. Yikes. They did not expect that. Very long gathering time there. 8/16's fine. And here we go. And this will bring us to 7 counties after this battle is over. Absolutely tore them up, as we always do. You captured a Lawfer, the champion of Ulfr. 58 to 200. Whew. Ransom a Lawfer? Yeah. 10 gold? Go ahead. Very good. And now we simply siege Galdalafilki, and we will have it. Rurik, at 6 years old, is starting to really come along. He's basically pretty much average at everything except for prowess, which we are hoping will continue to increase, especially since we start increasing that aspiring blade master a little more. I don't care about making a mess of these lands, to be honest, because I don't plan on keeping them. We plan on going on an adventure. And when you go on an adventure, you leave your lands behind, essentially for good. Alright, Peasant Rabble is targeting us. It's because they don't like us because of the whole troll situation. Yeah, that really sucks. We harbored a local kniving and troll attacks. Oh no. Yeah. That's right. They were mad at one of our people. We told them to get over it. Yeah, the public opinion of -90, and they have unused farmland too. Our capital's a mess. I just don't want to spend moving our capital before we even move the first time, because every ruler can only move their capital once. So, oh well. It is what it is. All right. Brondheimer got incompetent tax collection. Ooh, a lot less money coming in there. And that's another war won. 15 gold and force the bans. To the abhorrent Jarl Rurik, may wisdom ever elude you. You are a much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. So be it. Alright. We're having major prestige issues. We have over 1,500 fame to gain. And not much ways to gain it. Who did I give this to? Let's just... Yeah, Perolfer is actually really impressive. He's probably our only character that's like legitimately great at what he does. He's even a Blade Master. We should make him our new Guardian. We'll give him Prondheimer and Galda Lafiki, yeah. Alright, Perolfer, become my ward. I want to dissociate from this guy here, from Fairhair. Thank you for all you've done, by the way. Remove Guardian. And instead, have you be my Guardian. Because you are a brilliant strategist with skills, Berserker, Blade Master. Yes, sir. We are happy to accept your proposed education arrangement. A noble upbringing for a noble spirit. Excellent. And now we can challenge Fairhair soon. And kind of backstab him for all the good he's done for us, I guess. Perhaps Sogan is the smarter move first. Not that we can even declare war on duchies, because we simply don't have the prestige. Oh, we need to do this again? Okay. Oh, no. No, I'm already committed to Odin, right? Yeah, we're already a devotee of Odin. Yeah. Forget that. I thought it was saying I needed to do it again. Okay. Just kidding. Okay. Oh, Sogan. All of a sudden has a ton of men. What? Huh? Why do they have so many men? Hello? Yeah, everyone's looking pretty stacked at this point. I guess they hired mercenaries.